The lecture hall fell into stunned silence as Professor Zeldar dimmed the holographic display. The images of humanity's homeworld still flickered in the minds of every student present: violent storms, massive predators, and geological catastrophes that would have ended civilizations on any other world. Kira VA, a slender Voluvian student with translucent skin that pulsed nervously, raised her appendage. "Professor, surely there must be some mistake in the data. No sentient species could have evolved under such conditions." The professor's 3 eyes blinked in sequence, a gesture that indicated grim certainty. "I assure you, the data has been verified 17 times by the Galactic Survey Committee. Earth is classified as a Class 12 death world, one of the most hostile environments ever documented to produce intelligent life." Zephan, a crystalline being from the peaceful moon gardens of Harmonix, chimed with distress. "But the humans we've met seem so fragile. They don't have natural armor, venom sacs, or even decent sensory organs. How did they survive?" Professor Zeldar manipulated the controls, and a new hologram materialized, a human running at full sprint. "Observe carefully. What you perceive as weakness is actually their greatest strength. Humans are persistence hunters. On Earth, they would chase prey for hours, sometimes days, until the animal collapsed from exhaustion. Their bodies are biological machines designed for endurance." The class watched in fascination as the hologram demonstrated human biomechanics. Sweat glands for thermal regulation. Bipedal locomotion for efficiency. A cardiovascular system that could sustain activity far longer than any other species in the known galaxy. Furthermore, the professor continued, their planet forced them to develop something we've never encountered elsewhere, what they call adrenaline response. He pulled up biochemical charts that made several students recoil. When threatened, their bodies flood with combat stimulants that increase strength, speed, and pain tolerance. They essentially become temporary berserkers. Tlon, a methodical Kryn scholar, tapped his data pad thoughtfully. "This explains the incident at the orbital station last month. When that structural failure occurred, human ambassador Sarah lifted a support beam that massed 3 times her body weight. We thought she was cybernetically enhanced." "No enhancements," Professor Zeldar confirmed. "Pure biology driven by survival instinct." But that's not the most disturbing part of today's lesson. He paused for effect, his central eye focusing on each student. "The real shock is what humans consider entertainment." The hologram shifted to show humans engaged in various activities. Jumping from aircraft with fabric parachutes. Climbing vertical rock faces without safety equipment. Diving into the ocean with apex predators they called sharks. "By the void," whispered Kira VA. "They deliberately put themselves in mortal danger for enjoyment? They call it recreation," the professor explained. "Because their world was so dangerous, humans evolved not just to survive threats, but to seek them out. Their neurochemistry rewards risk-taking behavior. They become bored without challenge." Zephan's crystalline structure flickered with confusion. How did the Council approve their membership in the Galactic Federation? They sound like warmongering psychopaths. Professor Zeldar's expression softened, a rare display of emotion. Because despite, or perhaps because of, their violent world, humans developed something equally unique: compassion. They form bonds across species lines. They risk their lives for strangers. When the Hellion plague threatened to wipe out the Dalarian colonies, it was human medical teams who volunteered first, knowing the mortality rate. He brought up final images: humans working alongside dozens of alien species, building hospitals, rescuing survivors from disasters, teaching children from 100 worlds. Death worlders they may be, the professor concluded, but humans teach us that strength without kindness is brutality, and survival without purpose is meaningless. They are dangerous, yes. But they are also precisely the kind of dangerous the galaxy needs. The class sat in contemplative silence, their understanding of the fragile-looking humans forever changed. Outside the viewport, a human cargo ship passed by, its crew unaware they had just become the subject of the most popular lecture in xenobiology studies. Tomorrow's lesson would cover human emotional complexity. Professor Zeldar suspected his students weren't ready for that particular revelation either.